Well, this month, WNTT is sharing stories and accomplishments of African Americans here in the East. This evening, we're focusing on the power of music.
Oh yeah, WNTT's Ariana Kraft sat down with a music great in the Greenville community, discussing the roots of African American music and its impact in our area.
The art and music scene in Greenville is expanding through events like the African American Music Series here at Emerge Art Gallery, and you might be surprised who had a hand in getting it all started.
It's all music, it doesn't matter whether you're white, black, green, purple, blue, or whatever, it's all music.
Carol DeShield traveled the world playing jazz, but found himself settling down in Greenville, North Carolina.
A typical thing happened, we were going to be here 3 years, like 3 years and we're out. 31 years later, we're still here. I was the first African-American professor in the School of Music.
But for some, DeShield in that job struck a wrong chord.
I found that not necessarily just in the School of Music, but in the area, there was this really big divide. It was white or black. There was really no intermingling, no discussions, and some of those hard conversations we need to have still today, they were non-existent at that time.
DeShield wanted to do something. This music man wanted to create more harmony.
I tried to think of things that we could do musically that would bring the many different peoples together. And so I came up with several shows, and it's been challenging, but it's been good.
Then he realized someone started writing this score long before he moved here.
Dr. Billy Taylor, he was one of my mentors, and Dr. Taylor was probably one of the more significant jazz figures of the modern centuries. And he was born and raised in Greenville.
DeShield hit on an inspiring note, a mural to honor Dr. Billy Taylor.
I think it's very important because it chronicles our history. I think it shows the lineage from Dr. Billy Taylor when he was born here. And he was here, so that's part of our history, and showing that lineage from Dr. Taylor to our students, and then showing that lineage, and then where do we go from here? Who and how can we pass on this information? The music of jazz was a music that was, in my opinion, it was a music that was developed and started by African Americans. But now it's a music of all peoples.
DeShield wants to see more people joining in, getting an appreciation of Greenville's African American roots.
My hope is that the opportunities to be inclusive of the African American heritage in our uptown area and our arts district, I'm hoping that those opportunities will flourish.
And that the music of his people is in everyone's life.
Sometimes we don't realize that it's there, but when you're riding up Greenville Boulevard, your tires are making a noise. You don't even realize it, but that's what's happening. And that rhythm, that syncopation, is part of the African American culture that the African Americans brought to not just Greenville, but to the United States.
And it's venues like this that DeShield hopes will continue to help grow and celebrate the African American music and culture here in Greenville. For Hidden History, I'm Ariana Kraft.